Hello and welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's Paul, my dog Indiana, and we've just dropped in or onto Loch Shiel from Glenfinnan, and we're about to undertake the Loch Shiel Circular. The Loch Shiel Circuit starts in the village of Glenfinnan and ends in Loch Ailort. What could be a 7-minute car journey made massively complicated by a 70-kilometre paddle through the wilderness of the Scottish Highlands. A beautifully scenic journey taking in the fresh and saltwater lochs, the river, as well as a bit of sea action that we hope to complete over the next 3 days. We are now heading southwest, 30 kilometres down this stunning unspoilt loch, past St Finnan's Chapel on the island burial ground of Glenfinnan, before reaching the River Shiel, then heading north to the saltwater Loch Moidart. Then we plan on travelling past Castle Tioram and around the Shona Islands, which is only passable near high tide. Then we'll head out to sea, around the coast and back inland to Loch Ailort, until reaching the village of Lochailort, where I plan to take the Hogwarts Express back to Glenfinnan to collect our transport. Joining me on this trip for company is Indy's mate Hope, but she insisted on bringing her human Kingy, so he is coming along too. In a canoe we hired from L&D Adventures in Fort William, who would come to our aid at the end of this video when things didn't go to plan. Travelling for about an hour now, probably an hour and a half, and it is so beautiful here, you know, the hills either side of us, and you're constantly treated to the noise of waterfalls running down either side in Dolby surround sound. There seems to be one sort of every 200 metres. Yeah, it's incredible. So progress has been really hard the last couple of hours. We've had this headwind and it's proven really difficult to make any progress. So we're going to look for somewhere to camp. I thought I found a little spot then, but there was just loads of cowpats. There was a nice sandy beach, but unfortunately my dog likes to roll in all things cowpatty, so it wouldn't be very good for us. So we're just going to go up here, just a little bit further, hopefully find a place to camp for tonight, because it is getting on and I'm getting hungry. Yeah, so we'll catch up with you in a bit. I think this may be our spot here. What do you say, Indy? So that spot didn't work out. It was really boggy and really deeply fissured. There was nowhere to get a tent, unfortunately. But we've looked on the other side of the loch and it's not so steep. And it looks like we can see what looks like a beach. So we're going to head over to that side and then hopefully finally get something to eat. It's not the biggest of beaches, but it's got one hell of a view. Oh, hello. Oh my god, it's freezing. Look at that, look. Over there. Misty mountains with the sun. Try not to shake now. Not a bad place for a dip.
Come on.
Hope ain't coming in. Well, if there was any trout, there's not now. Hope you like garlic, mate.
You what?
Hope you like garlic.
Yeah, I love garlic.
Keep the midges away. So cooking in the dark tonight. We've got a mix veg medley with some Italian seasoning, a bit of salt, and we're going to have that with some salmon. How's your salmon?
Nice. Good.
You opened a beer?
Yeah.
Huh?
I ain't opened one. I don't know if you want to have
Is
to.
it only in the water or is that all of them?
Is what? No, I've took them out. I don't know where the one is. Is it in your box?
The one that was in my box I put in the water.
There's 4. I had 2 in mine. I don't know if you got another one now. We don't need it now. But...
Are you holding out on me? Did you sneak in the beer when I went looking? Right, so we're all packed down, we're ready to get on the water. We've had breakfast, we've had a coffee and a cup of tea. We've left no trace, as always. haven't done as much filming as I normally would, just because we was quite late getting here last night, and this morning was raining, and we just wanted to get done and get back on the water. We've got a lot of time to catch up, a lot of distance to catch up. To be honest with you, we're already looking at alternate plans. It looks like maybe we're not going to be able to make it, but that's all right. But yeah, we're just about to get on the water and then continue. It is a staggeringly beautiful morning this morning. The clouds on top of the hills. It looks like the sun's going to try and break through later as well. The rain stopped, so that's good. Though all our stuff's pretty damp. Sword in the stone. Don't know if there's any Highlander fans out there. I used to love the Highlander when I was younger. And the guy, Conor McLeod, he was actually born, according to the film, in 1518 in the village of Glenfinnan on the shores of Loch Shiel. So, it's been running through my head since I've been here. I'll try not to do any quotes. Yeah, I used to love that film when I was younger. Well, it's raining. We've done quite well so far to not have too much of a downpour. Still not too bad now, but yeah, we couldn't escape it all day. I mean, it's Scotland after all. We passed the ancient burial island of Glenfinnan and could see the remains of St Finnan's Chapel and the surrounding area dotted with crosses. A place of pilgrimage and steeped with mystery. With time still against us, we decided not to stop and we continued on with our journey. The wind was steadily increasing as we reached the lower, more exposed end of Loch Shiel, and we decided to cross over to what we hoped would be the more sheltered south side, and we used this opportunity to have some lunch. Yeah, that's boiling. Yeah. After lunch, we decided to lash the canoes together using my canoe poles. This would help us in our battle against the headwind that had already cost us so much time and distance. So we just had an exciting moment there, didn't we, Keith?
Yep.
So our raft was working really well against the wind, you know, and then it just picked up, like, got really, really strong, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it was trying to push us out into the loch, and we couldn't steer against it, so we ended up coming, quickly trying to paddle to the shore as quickly as possible, just to wait for it to pass. But we did get treated to a really nice rainbow, so that was good. It's getting tough. What are you doing, Hope? Isn't that a bit wobbly? Right, so we've come to the end of Loch Shiel eventually. It's been a tough paddle the last few hours, but we've just entered the River Shiel. But the problem we have is it's 5:15, and we should really be looking for somewhere to camp now. And I'm not sure there's anywhere to camp on this river or not. It certainly wasn't in the plans, and whether we can get down it and back onto Loch Moidart before it gets dark, we shall have to see.
Glorious nights turned out now.
Yes, lovely evening, isn't it?
I didn't expect this at 6 o'clock this morning.
No, no. Nice been out the wind as well. Yeah, that was I had my doubts. Yeah. We've done it, Loch Shiel and the River Shiel. And the rapids washed out because it's high tide, so that's good for us. Because what time is it?
It is 16 minutes past 6.
Because it's 16 minutes past 6 and we still don't know where we're going to camp. After a pleasant paddle down an occasionally gravelly River Shiel, we entered Loch Moidart and headed west to an area of beach we had spotted on our map. We've got the grass. Chow mein stir fry.
Good.
Yeah.
What
I
is
like
it?
this beer as well. What, the beer?
Yeah.
Cruz Blanca, Craft Mexican Cerveza. Is that what you say? Cerveza.
Got mine
That's
open
nice
in a
one.
minute.
Right, so it's day 3. We arrived quite late last night. We got onto Loch Moidart, where we are now. This is sea saltwater loch. Like yesterday about 6 o'clock, we came down the River Shiel. There was nowhere to stop really. for quite a while before that. We managed to get out here. Luckily there's a rapid at the bottom of the River Shiel that had been flooded out, so we didn't have to worry about that. And then we paddled round to the west to find this little campsite here, and there was just enough room for us to pitch our tents on. So today we're going to head back down to the castle, and then we're going to head back out to the sea and then back into Loch Ailort. And how far we're going to get, whether it's possible or not yet, we don't know. We've got a lot of distance to do today, and weather depending. I mean, we've had a lot of headwind so far and we've really struggled and battled against it. It has taken its toll, and we have lost some ground. Not quite as far as I'd like to be, but yeah, we'll press on. We'll get as far as we go. There's other escape routes we can do, just a bit more logistics and getting back to the car, that was all. But yeah, we can hit the water. We're all packed down, we're just about. We've left no trace as always, and yeah, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Right, so we've had a slight change of plan this morning. Originally we'd intended to paddle around the Shona Islands, inland, but because low tide is at 12 o'clock, and it's probably going to time it for when we get there. The map shows that you can't actually get around there, there's no water there. So we're going to head out to the open sea and try and cut round the west side of the island before heading back in to Loch Ailort. We've got a seal, he's following us. He's in pursuit. he keeps popping his head up behind us. We're trying to get the camera up there, he's got a picture. He dips back down again. Yeah, the open sea. Yeah. Hi, Andy. The further we headed out to sea, the conditions increasingly worsened, and in the distance we could see harsher weather approaching. Knowing we would be paddling sideways onto the waves when we turned north, and having to combat against the wind that would be trying to push us onto the rocks for the next 3.5 miles, we reluctantly, with heavy hearts, decided we was not going to be able to complete our journey to Loch Ailort and headed back inland. So we decided it was just a little bit too choppy and not worth the risk really. It's not too bad going into the waves, but we're going to have to turn sideways and have them hitting the side of our raft. And we decided it'd be much safer with the size of the swells to not do it. So we're going to head back and probably have to get out sooner, possibly near the castle. Sorted. As we headed back, the weather did worsen, and we knew we had made the right decision, albeit a disappointing one. But looking back, over the last 3 days, we'd had an experience and a challenge we would never forget through some of Scotland's finest scenery. And we agreed we would return to try again or continue from where we left off in the future. unfortunately. We didn't quite make it round, but it's been an absolutely spectacular paddle. Had a great time doing it. And there's always the chance we can come back and set off from here again in the future to finish it. So we're just getting out here, the car park near Castle Tioram, I think it's pronounced. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and until the next time, we'll see you later. Right, so if you remember from my previous video, I had a competition to win a firebox stove. We didn't have a signal and I didn't really have much time to do it on the trip. So we're going to do it now, just come out to the woods. All you had to do was leave a comment in the previous video, and now I'm going to pick a comment using my phone at random to select the winner. So good luck everybody. Right, so I've just entered the URL from the video and I just hit on search here, I believe. It should announce a winner. I've got a really poor signal here. Oh dear. Here we go. Oh, hit it again. The winner is not quite ultralight. So there we go. Not quite ultralight. Congratulations. You are the winner, and there'll be a firebox stove onto you on the way to you shortly.